I decided to do the Russian version of the story because, one, it's more badass. But don't worry, the story mainly stays the same as the Disney version, except for maybe the ending. But we'll get to that. Let's do this! So, our story begins with the king and queen having a child, but the mother dies at childbirth. So, it's kind of morbid, but fairly standard for a Disney movie. Fear not, however, because the king remarries soon after, and she's so pretty that even the narrator has to pipe in and tell us how pretty she is. And then right after, the narrator tells us how crappy of a person she is. Basically, the narrator says that the stepmom is shallow and too into her looks. So, basically every woman I know. Then the stepmom goes to her room to look into her mirror, which is magical, by the way, and she asks the mirror, "Hey, who's best girl?" And the mirror is like, "Girl, you pretty AF." So the stepmom's like, "Nice." So Snow White has all grown up and has even found herself a hubby. So sometime later, the queen goes up to the mirror and asks, "Who's the prettiest girl in town?" And the mirror's like, "Your stepdaughter be looking good." And the queen is like, "Oh, don't you dare." So the queen goes up to her handmaiden and tells her, "Go into the woods with Snow White and tie her up to a tree so that she'll die." And the handmaiden's like, "Okay." So Snow White and the handmaiden go into the forest to pick mushrooms for some reason. And the handmaiden is like, "Alright, time for me to skedaddle," and yeets out the forest. So Snow White is left alone in the forest. So the handmaiden returns home, and the queen is like, "Is it done?" And the handmaiden's like, "Yep, she's probably getting her ass eaten by wolves right now." Alright, good job. So Snow White wanders through the forest and comes upon a house, and is that a dog? Oh, look at that pretty doggo. Oh. So she goes to the house, and damn.
Now that is a big door.
And damn, this is a whole ass village. So she walks into the hut, and it's pretty homey. There's like weapons and armor everywhere. So, basically my house. So we flash back to the palace where we see the prince sitting off to find Snow White. Her like boyfriend. Mad props to him, by the way. So Snow White begins cleaning up and tests the table. That's wifey material right there, if I've ever seen it. So later on, seven Bogateri, who are Russian knights, return home, not dwarves, knights, and they walk into the house and are like, "Yo, somebody cleaned up in here." It's like the reverse Goldilocks up in here. So the knights are like, "Whoever did this, coming out. We're pretty chill dudes." And then Snow White reveals herself, and the brothers offer her some bread and salt and water, which is a Russian tradition, symbolizing that she's welcome there. It's just turning out to be like an educational channel. Damn. So the seven brothers decide to go hunting because, they need food, and they even train birds to kill other birds. Damn. So they return home and are like, "Listen, you've been living with us for quite some time. You trying to bang one of us?" So she hits him with the "I got a boyfriend" line. So they're like, "I see how it is, but we respect your decision. It's all cool." So the evil queen is chilling and asks her mirror, "Tell me, who's the baddest girl in town?" And the mayor's like, your stepdaughter. Then the queen becomes absolutely livid. So the evil queen disguises herself and walks up to Snow White's house. And the dog's like, oh hell no, she's shady AF. And barks and attacks the queen. And the queen beats the dog with a stick? You're on thin ice. So she walks to Snow White and asks for food. So Snow White tosses her some bread. And to thank her, the queen gives her an apple. And the dog is like, no, don't eat it. But Snow White ignores the dog and locks him out of the house. So the dog's like, she gonna die, and runs off to get the knights. And shout out to the dog. He really is man's best friend. Gotta get me a dog. So he manages to get the knights' attention and bring them back. But they find that Snow White is already dead. And then, no, you did not just kill the damn dog.
Need. Guns. Lots of guns.
So the queen talks to the mirror and she asks it, so I'm the prettiest girl alive, right? So the mirror's like, yes, for crap's sake, woman, you're the prettiest. So then we see the prince riding around, still looking for Snow White all this time because it's winter time now. So he's been doing this for a while. So the prince rides to the freaking sun and asks him, hey son, have you seen this one chick? I'm her fiance. So the son is like, nah man, I haven't seen her. Go talk to my neighbor, the moon. So the prince rides up to the moon and says, hey moon bro, help me out. Have you seen this one chick? I'm her fiance. So the moon is like, nah bro, I'm sorry man, I haven't seen her. You should go talk to the wind. So the prince rides into a full-scale typhoon. Even his horse is just like, help! So the prince asks the wind, wind, help me out real quick. Have you seen this one chick? I'm her fiance. This dude's kind of insecure, ain't he? Well, anyway, the wind's like, you know what? I did. She's dead and lying over in that tomb over there. So the prince rides over to the cave where Snow White is buried and, yo! This place is stacked. There's freaking diamonds and jewels everywhere. This man's set for life. Anyway, the prince goes up to Snow White and kisses her, and she magically wakes up for some reason. I still don't know why. So the queen goes back to the castle and quickly grabs her mirror. I'm pretty, right? And the mirror's like, no, damn, stop asking. And shows the queen Snow White alive and well. Then the lovers ride into the castle, and the queen literally dies from jealousy.
You serious?
I know that she died from falling off a cliff in the Disney version, but this seems way more fitting, don't you think? So on literally the same day that the queen died, the prince and Snow White decide to get married, which is like the biggest flex I've ever seen in my life. And that's it. That's the end of the story. And as you can probably tell, the two versions are quite different. First of all, the Russian version is a lot shorter, clocking in only at about 30 minutes. Second of all, nobody sings, because ain't nobody got time to sing in Russian. Which is actually a lie, because Russians do sing a great deal.
Sex bomb, you my sex bomb, and baby you can tear me
third of all, you might notice that the Russian version is kind of cheap. But, you have to remember that this was made during Stalin's regime, so money was a little tight. There are also, other differences, but I think I covered the most important ones. So, if you've got like half an hour to kill and are interested in Russian culture, then by all means, enjoy yourself.